What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to talk about a couple players that have been standouts during training camp so far. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll know I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. And also comment down below if you have questions or if it's something that stood out in the video. But I appreciate you guys continuing to support the channel. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So I've been watching the clips from training camp over the weekend. I was watching some clips, and out of the clips that I've seen so far of training camp, it's two players that really have stood out to me and have been standouts so far in training camp. The first player is AJ Terrell, the first round draft pick out of Clemson, the defensive back. I told you guys that he was a playmaker, and sure enough, he did have a nice interception over Calvin Ridley over the weekend during their drills between offense and defense. He also had a nice breakup against Julio Jones where he blocked or knocked down, deflected a pass on a slant pattern by Julio Jones. So this kid looks like he's the real deal. He's very long, rangy. I told you guys in my previous video that he kind of reminded me of Robert Alford with the way that he pursues the football and the way that he's very dangerous as an athlete. If he gets his hands on the football, he is one of those players in high school that played wide receiver, and he's very opportunistic. Like I was telling you guys before, if you watched him play in the championship game in college, Clemson versus Alabama, he had an interception for a touchdown, a pick six, and he is one of those guys that can high point the football, can definitely take the football away. I definitely think that he has the ability to be that lockdown corner that we need on the outside. He reminds me a lot of Richard Sherman, to be honest. When I was watching him over the weekend in the little clips that I've seen of him, just with the players and, their shorts and helmets, he reminds me a lot of Richard Sherman. He looks very long, rangy, and he has a ton of speed. And if you remember, Richard Sherman was another one of those guys that played offense at Stanford. He played wide receiver, so he was one of those guys that also converted to cornerback. So I really think that AJ Terrell is the real deal. I do think that he's going to be that number one corner eventually for us. But starting the season, I definitely think that AJ Terrell is going to be a starter come game one against Seattle. I do think he's going to be a player that's going to play on the outside, and I really think that he's going to be a playmaker for us. I told you guys, if you watched on Friday nights Red Cup Rants, definitely tune in every Friday night at 8 p.m. Me, Mad Mike, and Kevin, we just chop it up. We talk all things Atlanta Falcons football. We do Q&A sessions, so you guys definitely tune in. But we kind of talked about on there who we thought would lead the team in interceptions. Personally, I think AJ Terrell is going to lead our team as a rookie in interceptions because he's that type of playmaker. I really think that quarterbacks, are going to challenge him because he's a rookie, and they're going to try to throw the ball, over the top. And I really think that AJ Terrell is going to have a couple of picks. I think he's going to get about 4 or 5 picks this season, interceptions this season, with quarterbacks trying him over the top. He showed his athleticism there in camp against one of the best in Calvin Ridley, one of the best route runners in the game. He showed that he has that top end speed because Calvin Ridley is one of the faster receivers in the league, and he showed that he does have that speed where he can keep up with the top notch athletes in the league. So I definitely think that AJ Terrell is one of those guys that's going to impress you guys. Like I told you guys before in my other videos, I did think that the Falcons kind of reached with the pick of picking up AJ Terrell with that first round pick. But after watching Dan Quinn and some of the interviews he recently had, he talked about they really wanted AJ Terrell because he fit our scheme. He fit that cover 3 scheme, and they loved him because he was an athlete that took the football away. He was a guy that goes up and can high point the football, can go up and contest a lot of passes because of his long, rangy body style. And we all know that Dan Quinn from coaching in Seattle, he loves those corners that are tall and have long arms and can play that press coverage and also can play, the off coverage. But AJ Terrell, I definitely think so far has been the standout on defense. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, I haven't seen a ton of clips, but out of the clips that I've seen from the offensive side of the football, the player that stood out to me so far is Zaccheaus. Zaccheaus is the wide receiver out of the University of Virginia. He was on our team last year. He actually had the longest touchdown pass for our team last year with a 90. I think we had like a 95-yard touchdown against the Carolina Panthers where he caught like a post pattern over the top. And he beat Dante Jackson of the Panthers, who was in one-on-one coverage against him. But Zaccheaus is one of those guys that I talked about also on the Red Cup Rants that I think is going to be someone who could possibly be a punt returner for our team and a kickoff specialist, a kickoff returner. Zaccheaus also is a player that reminds me a lot of Taylor Gabriel. He is somebody that's you can scheme open. He's a guy that can take the top off the defense and can catch those deep patterns. He's also a player I can see us throwing screens to, those little quick screens, how we used to throw to Turbo Taylor or Taylor Gabriel when he was here. I do think that he is electric. I do think that he is very elusive. And I really think if you give the ball to him out in space, maybe on like an end around or a reverse, or maybe just a quick bubble screen, as we all know that Dirk Cutter loves to throw those bubble screens. I really think that Zaccheaus is a guy that can do some special things with the football if he has the space. So I really think that Zaccheaus is another player. I seen he had a nice catch. I think it was Matt Schaub who threw him the pass, but he had a nice catch over the top where he beat the defender one-on-one. I don't remember which corner it was that was covering him, but I know he went over the top and he had a nice catch where he had to stretch out for the ball, and he made a nice catch. And I also seen them throw him a couple screen passes where he was just running down the field in practice. So he looks like he's one of those players that I think is going to have a bigger role this year on our team. But so far, those two young guys, Zaccheaus and AJ Terrell, out of the clips I've seen, those have been our standouts so far in training camp. Now today, the team actually put on the pads for the first time, so I'm very interested to see and hear how practice went today with those guys throwing on the pads for the first time. This is when the big guys, the big uglies as they call them, the defensive line and the offensive line, can kind of test each other. And the big guys can, show what they're made of when you throw the pads on. I don't know if they're going to be taking each other to the ground as far as tackling. Sometimes in training camp, they usually just wrap up. Guys, they come in for the tackle and they kind of just wrap up. They don't bring somebody down to the ground to hurt them. So I don't know if they're going full blown tackling and everything like that. But I'm very interested to see how practice has went today at training camp. But I'm super excited for the season. We're about 3 weeks away from the season. I'm gonna have a ton of things coming for you guys. I'm gonna be going live in a couple days. I'll be going live, doing some live streams and stuff like that. So I definitely want you guys to tune in. I definitely will post it here on my channel when I'll be going live. Just to talk some Atlanta Falcons football. I definitely want you guys to tune in. It's going to kind of be like a Q&A session, and I'll kind of rant and talk about different things of what I expect for the season. But I definitely want you guys to tune in. Every single one of my subscribers, if you can tune in. I'm thinking it's going to be about 8 p.m., maybe 8 to 9 p.m. For about an hour. I'm going to just take you guys' questions. And we're going to just chop it up. We're going to talk some Atlanta Falcons football. I'm going to answer any questions you guys may have. We'll talk about the NFC South and what I expect. And we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So you guys definitely leave the comments below. Tell me what you guys think about the current season. Are you excited about the season? How do you see the season panning out? I've basically said that I see the Falcons going, I think I said 11-5, but I can see at best, I can see our team going 13-3. But I think the ceiling is 13-3, and I think the floor is 11-5. I really can't see this team losing more than 5 games because We have a very talented team this year, and if every player, does their job, and all the coaches get these guys ready to play, I really think if these guys go out and execute, being that we, kept the coaches from last year and pretty much all the guys know the system other than the rookies, I really think that we have the advantage over a lot of teams we're going to face this season, especially the teams in the NFC South like the Buccaneers and the Panthers, who's basically in full rebuild mode. I really think that camaraderie of the team and that familiarness of each other, that continuity, I really think that the continuity is going to pay off with Arthur Blank keeping Dan Quinn and this coaching staff intact. I really think that that's going to pay huge dividends this season. But with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here, you guys. You guys definitely tell me what you think about the video. Tell me what you think about the live stream, me going live. I'm thinking about going live maybe tomorrow from 8 to 9. So you guys definitely tune in. I'll be right here on my channel, Jew Talk Sports, also Strictly Prohibited Network, who I'm a part of. And y'all guys go subscribe to Mad Mike Sports. He's definitely somebody that I'm affiliated with. I'm a part of Strictly Prohibited Network, which falls under Mad Mike's channel. He's actually like the head of the network. So y'all definitely go sub Mad Mike Sports. He does great Atlanta Falcons content. And I look at him as one of my mentors. So you guys definitely go, view his channel. Definitely go hit that subscribe button on his channel. And we got some big things coming for you guys. We've done already a couple of interviews with some NFL players. We had Derek Moore, the former Atlanta Falcon and former football player and motivational speaker. We had Mahaley on the last Friday, former Atlanta Falcon fullback and former Baltimore Raven. So we got some new things coming for you guys. We're going to be trying to get some more interviews lined up. So you guys definitely continue to tune in. I appreciate you guys. I'll holler at you guys in the next video. But as always, Falcons Nation, rise up. Peace and love. I'm out.